Hey you guys, it is TsubakiSwagg, and I'm coming to you with my review of Sword Art Online 2, Episode 3, Memories of Blood. And as the title portrays, this has a lot of blood in it. So, Shion, whom is Sinan, or Snan, I don't know how you would pronounce her handle name for Gun Gale Online. Shion is the complete opposite of her MMAO character in Gun Gale Online, and Shion herself is deathly terrified of guns. If she even gets the idea of a gun, she goes into a massive panic attack. So, this episode we see Shion. She was walking home and these three girls approach her and were pretty much trying to like get her out of her money, and Shion was like, no, I'm not gonna give you my money, blah blah blah. She was going, like, she was standing up for herself. She was doing the do, and homegirl decides she wants to pull out, like, she does this to Shion, and Shion literally like freaks out, even though it wasn't even a real gun. But the fact that she was mimicking a gun freaked Shion out, which I thought was a little out there until later on in the episode. But Shion like starts freaking out, and then her friend comes up. Can't remember his name. I'll put it in the bottom bar, of course, because I'm horrible with names. But her friend comes up and pretty much saves her. He says that he calls the police to come over there, and the girls run away. And then Shion's like, thank you. So they go and they have tea, and we learn a little bit more about Shion and why she is so deathly afraid of guns. So we also find out that she's not originally from Tokyo, but she came to Tokyo to come to a school that was far away from where she originally grew up at. And in this, when she was little, her and her mom were just like chilling out or whatever, because her dad, I believe her dad passed away, I could be wrong, but it was just her and her mother, and they were doing fine, and they were in I want to say it was a post office, and this man just comes up out of nowhere and holds the place up. He shoots one of the workers there, and then he aims a gun at her mother. And Shion, trying to protect her mother, attacks the man. Like, she bites his hand, and he freaks out, and then he tries to shoot her, and she like takes the gun from him. Well, he drops the gun on the floor, and she grabs it, and then she ends up shooting him in the stomach. And dude did not die that easily. Once he got shot in the stomach, she shot him again in the shoulder because he came after her again, and then he tried to get up one more time, and this was the finishing blow. She shot him in the center of the forehead. So for her not to have ever touched a gun beforehand, she was a pretty good shot to shoot him dead in the center of his forehead. But in that, once she shot him, she really didn't realize what she had done until she saw all the blood on the floor. But what got me the most out of this was the look that her mother was giving her, when she was the reason why her mom was still alive, because he was really about to shoot her. And the fact that Shion was brave enough to even stand up to this motherfucker, let alone shoot him and kill him to save her mother, the fact that her mother was looking at her like she was the scum of the earth, like she had just crawled out of the pits of hell, hurt my heart a little bit, because she was just a little kid. All that she was thinking about was protecting her mother, because she doesn't have anybody else. So the fact that her mother just looked at her that way pissed me the fuck off. But let me calm down. So after that, they show Shion again. She has a gun in one of her dresser drawers, and she went to pick up the gun and literally like flipped out, like throwing up and almost passing out from picking up that gun. So that is originally why she made her handle, well, her person avatar in Gun Gale Online, was to pretty much immerse herself in her fear, which was with guns. But when she's Sion, or Sanan, she doesn't even fear guns, like, let alone people point guns at her and she doesn't freak out. But literally, like, holding a gun in her hand, which is, if you think about it, is two completely different things. To actually, like, play a gun game and actually hold a gun, she is able, like, she's strong enough to not mentally freak out when she's playing the game, but yet in real life she can't. So she said this is her way, because Sanan is so strong, Shion wants to, well, she in turn will become stronger as Shion. So I mean, that's very admirable for her to be trying to do this to break the fear that she has. Because I mean, I understand why she is so afraid of guns, because that was probably probably was the most tragic day in her life. And the fact that it looks like her mother didn't really want to have anything to do with her after the fact, even though her mother was the reason why she did it, really sucks. So I understand why she is so, like, deathly afraid of guns. So also in that, we also see Kirito. He comes back, and he is going to be immersing himself into Gun Gale Online. And Asuna was freaking out, and she was like, no, I don't want you. Well, when you convert over to Gun Gale Online, aren't all your items going to reset or whatever? And Kirito really wasn't concerned about that too much. He just wants, his interest, I will say his interest is piqued, because he believes that Death Gun is not real. Like, Death Gun is just a rumor, but he's only 99% sure, and that 1% is what's actually pushing him to actually play the game and do all this stuff. So he is going to go into the game so that way he can be able to see for himself whether or not Death Gun is real. So we're going to be seeing Kirito, like, going inside Gun Gale and doing his normal Kirito things. So, and also we get to see the nurse that watched over him when he was in Sword Art Online, and she is a fucking perv. Like, oh my god, she was filling him up, and she even told him that she saw everything on him while he was in Sword Art Online, so he didn't have any reason to hide anything from her, which would have fucking creeped me out too, but that's neither here nor there. So Kirito he immerses himself into the game. So things are about to get real interesting. I can't wait to see what happens between Kirito and Shion, because of course something's going to happen. I mean, Kirito is still the main character, and Shion is now another main character. So yay! Looking forward to seeing how things are going to turn out. But this anime is fucking awesome. I'm sorry I missed last week. I was late because I still don't know what day Sword Art Online 2 comes out. So if anybody can tell me, that'd be awesome. So that way I can keep up with it better. But I will be trying to put out my reviews on time, because I know that I haven't been doing very many reviews lately. All I've been doing is like Naruto and Hunter x Hunter. So gonna be working on that. So as always, please remember to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. And also let me know if you like my longer videos, because I know for a while my videos were really, really short. So if you like seeing me talk more, give this video a thumbs up, and that will let me know if you like my long videos now. But this is TsubakiSwagg saying adios.